Okay, so in November, I decided I no longer wanted to be a responsible parent, and I gave up my kids. I was just tired of being responsible and caring for them. I felt like I was too young and I wanted to go out there and experience life, and I started dating someone else, so it just didn't fit with my new lifestyle. And I didn't have anything to worry about because the other parent is a very responsible parent. But now I'm here because now I'm in child support, and to top it off, I'm really pissed off that I took care of them all the way up to November and I couldn't claim them on my taxes because the other parent had already claimed them.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
It's not so fun when the roles are reversed. The nerve. Don't have a child if you aren't going to be a responsible parent. Plain and simple.
How old are you?
26.
22.
How long you been together?
2 years.
If she gave you a guilt-free pass to sleep with anybody, would you take it?
No, sir. You might get one pass, but at the end of the day, you want one wife. And this is the wife I want. So no.
Okay. Now what about you if he gave you one?
If he gave me a guilt-free pass, I would take it.
She belongs to the streets.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Sorry.
That's crazy.
Who would you take it with?
Lindy Waters III?
Don't even know who that is. That's our problem. Yup.
Who else?
Barry Sanders. I'm in love with him.
Now what do you think those men have over your men?
They're professional athletes.
That's crazy. Hey.
Black or white?
One is Native American and one's black.
But do you think that any of those guys would go for you?
Junior would.
That's crazy. Hey, at the end of the day, it's whatever. Whatever. At the end of the day, I don't care.
This is public embarrassment. She showed her true colors. She already had her list before he even asked the question. If your partner responds in such a way, ditch her. You're better off without them.
I actually have found that I think men are more likely to have bizarrely unrealistic expectations. I have so many girlfriends who are highly accomplished, highly educated, great people, and just wonderful women, and the dating pool is absolutely brutal for them.
What are these men looking for?
It is entirely unclear to me that it's like, why are their men not jumping to want to date them? So,
well, Alicia, those are not bizarre and unrealistic expectations, because reality is that ultimately men want to build a family, okay? And most men don't want to be with an accomplished and educated woman because those women are entitled, demanding, and a pain to deal with. Even different studies will tell you that that's the case. So most of your accomplished and educated friends are very likely to end up with a cat instead of a family, just like Whoopi.
Damn! Why do women regret leaving this type of guy? I'm about to tell you in this video. First off, it took them a while to commit to begin with. Then when they finally do commit and they're settled and they're in a relationship, and a woman decides to either end the relationship, they cheat, or they do something that betrays this type of man's trust. Essentially, when you hurt this type of guy. Ladies, there is no coming back from that. It's almost an impossibility. And the thing is, women will come back because this type of guy is rare. There aren't many like him. And if he's in your life, he's probably an asset. So hold on to him, cherish him, and try hard not to betray this man's trust, because once he's gone for good.
There's a quote that says, trust is like a vase. Once it's broken, though you can fix it, the vase will never be the same again.
Who was that?
That's Mia Khalifa.
How do you know her?
Social media, bro.
Social media. You saw a white shirt. Who's that?
Funny.
Who was that?
White shirt. Don't know.
Yo, no! Couple, quickly. Who was this?
What? Fuck off, man.
Right, okay. You said with the shades. Who's that? Tu parles en français. Excuse me. Who's that?
Don't know. No.
Who was that?
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Young ladies, who was that?
Oh, I know who that is. I know.
Mia Khalifa?
How do you know her?
She's all over social media.
Oh, okay. Who was this?
He knows. Where
are you going?
Gentlemen, focus on yourselves. Stop wasting your energy on foolishness.
4 ways women lose a good man and how you can avoid it. Pay attention. Let's get into it, ladies. Men, correct me if I'm wrong. Taking them for granted. A man been so good to you for so long, you no longer see the value in them. The value in how they treat you. Not communicating well or effectively. Like expecting men to read our minds. And getting mad when they can't. Being dismissive about how you make him feel. Or being overly defensive in response to how he feels. Basically, not liking being held accountable for your actions. And how you've made that man feel. Last but not least, being selfish and unwilling to compromise.
Yup, she's spot on. If there are any women watching this video, take notes.
How are you equal if the men are the ones that have to fight and die to defend the country? The men are the ones that build and maintain all the infrastructure, right? None of this stuff in the studio is built or maintained by women. Do you know that 90% of infrastructure jobs are still held by men? And that if you look at the top 20 jobs held by women now in 2024 versus 1924 are almost the exact same. So women have had 100 years to do whatever they want, and they still do the same 20 jobs they did 100 years ago, other than we switched out farm labor for HR work. But other than that, we're secretaries, nurses, daycare ladies, early childhood education, administrative assistants, retail workers, all the same shit that we were a century ago. So if the men are the ones tasked with every time there's a natural disaster, they have to go out and rescue people from the fires and the floodwaters, and every time there's a war, the men have to go and fight it and defend the country, and anytime there's a criminal who needs to be violently arrested, it's going to be a man who goes and does that, not a woman. Where does the equality come in? If we're doing the fluffy jobs, we're all singers, we got a lot of singers and musicians, which is cool, it's great, I love music too. But y'all ain't rescuing people and doing the heavy lifting or the dirty or the dangerous jobs, like who collects the trash? Men. Who does all the steel working and oil rig work and all of the sewer cleaning?
The list goes on. Both men and women play a role in society. The problem arises when one gender downplays the contribution of the other.
So I have decided to give up on pursuing relationships. And the reason why I've decided this is, oh my God, well, not a whole bunch of them, but there's a few reasons. One is that I'm in my 50s.
Damn.
And I find that for me, 50s is the invisible age when it comes to women. This is just my viewpoint, and it seems like my experience. And it seems like men in their 50s want to date women in their 40s, and men in their 40s want to date women in their 40s and 30s. And 20s, and the same thing with men in their 50s, but nobody touches 50s for women. We're done for. And of course we're not, but you know, society, you know how that works, right? And so I was on a dating app, and I realized that the men who were attracted to me, I wasn't attracted to them, and the men who I was attracted to were not attracted to me.
Damn. I'm sorry.
And so that was very difficult. I did talk to a few of the men that I wasn't immediately attracted to because I read through their profiles. And but I find that when I talk to them, they were great people. It's just that I got to be physically attracted as well, right? And so I take care of myself. I'm very physically active. I like to work out, to run. I'm always on the go. I mean, I'm on the same type of go I was on when I was 35 and 36, 37, 38. I'm not on the relaxation go where, you know, I'm just going to go to a jazz club or get a lawn chair and listen to some blues. I ain't there. That's just not my thing. I am on the go. And so I'm looking for someone with the same energy level. But the ones that have the same energy level aren't interested in me.
It really is unfortunate. She still doesn't realize that she has no leverage at her age. I can imagine the amount of good men that came into her life in the past, and the amount of those men she rejected. Let's continue.
So that's the funny part. And then, you know, there are the men who have been married, and they're done. They've been married once, twice, 3 times. They've paid alimony, child support, and they're done with that. They're thinking about their future and their retirement, and they cannot take the chance on losing money like that. So it's either cheaper to keep her or just don't get married. I agree with them. I really do. And so I get it. But that's just one of the reasons why I'm just sort of kind of tired of the pursuit, right? And then, I mean, there's so many other reasons, but I think those are most of the reasons. The other thing is that I want someone who's able to accept me right where I am. And when I say where I am, how I look, and not ask me to change my hair or my clothes. I can't do that because I want to trust him and I want him to trust me. And if we can't be on that level of trust, then there's no reason for us to date, because it's crazy to go through a relationship not trusting. It's just really bananas. And I don't know why people do that. It's torture. So I just feel
It's not looking too good for her. Hopefully she finds what she's looking for, but as they say,
It is what it is. It is what it is.